Let's get some thoughts from some professional economists. I'm being joined in just a moment by Roger Gewolb, and he's a guy that in the past has worked as an advisor to the Bank of England, an advisor to the UK Treasury, but I think significantly and importantly, he's been a consumer champion for many, many years. Roger, thank you for joining us today. Big picture, I made the point earlier on that Hunt was so jolly. I mean, you'd think we're living through an economic boom. He was so happy. Actually, what do you think on the big picture this budget does for our economy looking ahead?
Not a lot. I think it was pretty disappointing. The realism is that we've got a banking crisis going on. Sorry, I lost my voice a bit.
It's all right.
And more banks may fail. And of course, he also forgot to mention that today is the biggest industrial strike since the strike started. It was like going through the First World War trenches for me to get here from London today. It's unbelievable. It's just unrealistic. The government's policy, all politicians' policy seems to be for energy and the rest of our cost of living and other problems, to have gaslighting. That's what we're being gaslit. We're being told stories. Terrible things are going on. I have a real concern for the lack of leadership in the world. I can't think of any inspiring leader except perhaps Zelensky, and we'll probably be told sooner or later that he's torturing Russian brown bears in his back garden or something terrible.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not, but it's all so dismal. I think corporation tax is the biggest problem, is the biggest disappointment. Now everybody's speaking about corporation tax and how it affects businesses and corporations. But I'm sorry, I've been here a long time, I know how to behave, but I'm just going to be very frank. These people are so stupid that they can't see beyond their noses. Who's going to pay that corporation tax? You've just talked about a 30% slam.
Yep.
Now, I run a cake shop. I sell my cakes for £1.15. They cost me £1 to make. You come along and take 30% of my margin, so now I'm only making 10p. What in the world do these folks, and nobody is discussing this, who's going to pay that? We are.
These people. Yeah, all of these people in here tonight. Yeah.
The mugs. Yeah. The mugs. Rishi Rich gave us a 5p tax cut. Let me talk about petrol for a moment. When petrol was 180, 56% of that was government tax. It's a triple tax. Now think about it. This is not widely known, I'm told. There's fuel duty. There's VAT, and the VAT is on the fuel duty and on the petrol, so it's tax on tax. And what do you pay for your petrol with? The pounds in your pocket that you've already paid PAY on. And they couldn't give us more than 5p. It didn't even touch the sides.
Yeah, and other European countries actually gave a lot more relief.
Germany gave, what was it, 37?
Yeah, I'm going to say 25p wasn't uncommon. Yeah.
It didn't even touch the sides. There was no enforcement. We ran a poll on social media. 80% of people could not find a neighborhood petrol station that they used that had reduced the prices by 5p. It's absolutely insane. So he gives us these little sops one by one and tells us, smug Jezza with this incredible wide-eyed happy look. He's telling me everything's all right. Forget the banks failing and financial crisis coming. Forget the war in Ukraine. Forget the fact that nobody can get anywhere today. I'm waiting for him to give me a pony for Christmas. But he's telling us everything is wonderful. And this corporation tax, we are going to have it for dinner. We are the ones on cost of living crisis that keeps us from breathing and is going to crush us even more. Don't these geniuses even think about that?
Well, what he does say, the final thought, if I could with you, Roger, final thought, he says that inflation will have fallen to 2.9% by the end of the year, so everything's going to be okay.
3.2, 2.9, okay. This is another of my favorite subjects. We have in this country what's called cost push inflation, as you know. Cost push inflation. So there's demand pull inflation. That's where you, madam, go out and buy too many handbags. You go to the restaurant with your family 3 times a week, and it's got to stop. Raise interest rates, make money more expensive, people will stop spending.
So in short, is he right to think inflation will fall that far?
Yeah, but it's got nothing to do with him.
Right, okay.
This is cost push inflation, which always falls by itself. In 2000...
Give me. We're out of time, Roger.
Okay.
Marks out of 10 for the Chancellor today.
2.
2. There we are. Well, on that note, we're going to take a break. I'll be back with you in a minute with Liam Halligan. He'll give us his view. We're then going to get the audience engaged. Back with you